Come.
Shugga-digga-dick. Dick. Shugga-digga-dick. Shugga-digga-dick. Digga-digga-dick. Digga-digga-dick. Digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga-digga than it was.
Dude, no, I felt like that was Herculean.
I feel like it could have been better, but
I think you should have had a recorder, and that would have done it. Have you seen that one video where you like do
Standstorm?
Yeah, where Standstorm. That's okay. We're starting off hot, guys. Welcome back. So glad you're here with us.
God help me. Okay,
Or don't. I think it's better seeing you fumble and just twist in the wind. You know,
twist in the wind.
I don't know.
Okay, first thing I wanted to say. We are coming back from a brief hiatus. None of you will have noticed because we are smart. We plan ahead. We did have a backlog of episodes.
Yes.
But Josh has been sick for about 2 weeks or so.
I think today is like the 11th or 12th day. And you might still be able to hear it in my voice, but I'm getting better.
Yeah, that's super rough.
I'm getting better.
So, I have lost all podcasting skill.
Oh, no. That intro? No, dude. Like, are you kidding me? You haven't lost any skill. No rust on those whatever tools, I guess. Those podcast tools.
I think I hit, like, a quarter of the notes that are actually in Darude Sandstorm.
Okay, to be honest, if you could hit just a quarter of those notes with just your voice, I would be very impressed. Okay?
I wanted it to be better, but you know what? We take what we can get around here.
It was fantastic. Wyatt was picturing me naked.
Wyatt?
That is, I don't know if that's the best way to react to that, but it was neither confirmation or denial, so.
Your Honor, my client pleads.
Have you seen that one video where the defendant gets up and like starts singing to the court and to the honor and like
No.
or to the judge?
I don't think so.
Dude, we'll have to look at that video after this because and it's hilarious because you see the lawyer be like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?" He literally sits down and slumps back so defeated because he's like, well, now they're never going to believe you're not on drugs. I don't even know what he was on trial for, but he literally like gets up and he sings, "I'm sorry, Your Honor. Please forgive me." And it's fucking
amazing.
Great. It's so good.
Okay, straight up though, back whenever this country was founded, that's essentially how like all court hearings went and how a lot
it's just
of
like
the
American Idol performance. Who has the best voice? You get off. You go.
You can see the crazy shit. We may have to make this a topic for later. That way, I can actually pull up some examples. But
yeah, we'll probably have to do that.
Straight up, like not just like court proceedings, but also a lot of the initial like hearings that the House was doing and stuff like that. They were batshit insane because everything was just like so loose and they fired from the hip.
There were a lot of like trials that ended in like crushing and hanging and burning, and yeah, it was very unhinged.
Yeah, everyone brought their guns into the courthouse.
Yeah,
different times.
In fact, it was encouraged. It's like
essentially,
it's like if you didn't have a gun, you couldn't enter.
They have a metal detector, and if it doesn't go off,
then it's like,
you're not allowed.
Why are you here? It's like that's when they're questioning, like, what are you doing here without a weapon?
I do think we should settle more disputes with duels, though.
I think it would be better.
Not necessarily better or worse.
I think so,
but a nice change.
I mean, it would definitely be a nice change, but I think it would help a lot.
Which president was it that died in a duel?
Dude,
there were probably multiple.
Both of you. There's a fucking musical about it.
Oh, that's Oklahoma?
Right. No, Hamilton. Hamilton.
Yes.
Is it? Yeah. Oh, is that? I've never seen it.
So, like, one of the presidents, he's like, legit, let's go across the border. So they get in boats and they go across the border because
they did it like on their boats, and so they're just like bobbing up and down. It's like
they crossed the border as states because the river was the borderline.
Yeah.
They crossed over so that they could duel because the state that they were in, it was illegal.
He's the fucking president. He could just be like, "Hey, we're gonna duel today." Maybe there's like one day out of the year that you could duel. I think that would be fair. It's like the Purge, but like dueling.
National Duel Day.
Yeah, dude. Like, I think that'd be great. It's like settle your disputes. And you don't necessarily have to kill the person, but you could.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could just hit him in the knee.
Yeah. Oh, and then just ruin, like, I mean, like, I don't know. Getting shot in, like, the knee or the hip would maybe be worse than, like, getting killed, in my opinion.
I think getting shot in the fucking kneecap, nightmare. Nightmare
Fucking awful.
scenario.
I still think hip's pretty bad, dude. Like, I don't know, man.
I have no clue how much of what Wyatt said was accurate as well about that duel that took place.
I don't ever question why.
Yeah, just
I don't
as
question you either.
an aside, that's all. You should never question me, and I'm getting to the point where I don't have to question Wyatt. But whenever you started talking about them like crossing a border in a boat, right? I was imagining, I was imagining one person in this duel crossing the Gulf of Mexico and then them firing at each other from
Like,
both
across
shores.
the river. I don't know how wide that river is.
How long that river
is.
Yeah, me either.
It's probably pretty far.
Also, it's not a river. It's a gulf. And also,
It's a body of water. And
Imagine-
people swim it. It can't be that far if people swim it.
imagine though using the highly inaccurate like muskets or even pistols that they used back in those
It'd be
days.
fucking hilarious.
It'd be a long duel.
That'd be hilarious. It's like, oh, wait, let me try it. I'll get him this time. You know, they're loading the muzzle.
Absolutely.
But actually,
that was your motion for loading the muzzle.
how do you load a fucking muzzle, Cameron? How do you do it? Do it without doing that motion.
You have
Yeah,
to do it-
exactly.
Okay, so
Exactly.
Josh
You're
was doing-
double fisting it. You're double fisting it. You're get out of here.
Josh
Get outta here.
was doing an exact pantomime of jerking off, like wrist flicking and everything.
Dude,
Yeah.
how else do you
I'm
load a
telling you,
muzzle?
I'm
you
telling
get
you
you're
use it the elbow, the whole elbow, shoulder motion.
loading a
even.
muzzle without moving the wrist because you ain't gay. All right.
Fellas, is it gay to load a muzzle?
Is it? Is it? All right.
Okay, there was one thing that I wanted to check on before we moved on.
Well, I don't want to move on from this. I
That's
wanted
fine.
to talk
Or
about
do you want to
super
talk about
swimming.
duels some more?
Well, I wanted to talk about super swimming because we brought up I brought up like that people swim across the Gulf of Mexico, right? But like, have you seen those like super like marathon swimmers that like swim for like 12 hours? Have you seen those, Cameron?
I've heard of them. There are
Yeah,
people
they're
that
wild.
have swam like the English Channel.
I don't know how
actually.
far that is, so I don't know.
I can look it up.
But like, regardless, like there's like people who swim from like, I have no idea what the places are, but like it's like from one state to another state, and they have to go like they have to start at like midnight because if they go during the day, they have the chance of getting hit by boats. Like it's wild
Jesus Christ.
with a boat. We have new sound effects, by the way, guys.
Oh my god. I was just watching Josh take a nice long swig of his water, and I was trying not to laugh until he came back into his mic, but then Wyatt hits me with the snare
No,
drum.
that was me. That was all me. I take credit for that all day.
Yeah, it was pretty good. So I feel like we're thinking about the Gulf of Mexico is very wide.
Like how
I feel like
wide?
we were thinking about a different body of water because it's approximately 810 nautical miles.
Huh.
Because it's an oval shape, right?
Well, what's a nautical mile though? How does that compare to an actual mile
I think it's just a mile of an
on
ocean,
water?
of like a body of
on
water.
It's
Yeah,
just a mile on water.
and I'm looking up also if Alexander Hamilton was president whenever he got shot because I can't remember. And it's
Well,
kinda
you think
bothering
it was after he got
me. I don't know.
like after he got out of office
Yeah,
or
just
something?
was vibing out, and then he got shot. And then I think the whole point of the musical, I don't know.
I've never seen it.
Me either. But I think the whole point of it is that he was in office and he got shot, but I don't remember.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what I want to check. And then I also want to check how long the English Channel is.
But you got to do it like long ways or like width. You know what
Whichever
I mean?
one's longer, I would assume.
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't think you're swimming from one side to the other like a bridge length, you know?
It's like you got to start at the beginning of the channel and to
like
the end of the channel.
Yeah.
Route.
Root.
A root is what's connected to plants.
Oh my god, you're so right.
Say it again.
Dude, we have some ice cubes in our glasses today.
Yes.
Very nice ASMR. That was worse. Josh has a pop filter on his mic. Hold up. Let me get my glass.
It's because I like to get too close to the microphone.
Josh constantly makes out with his mic. We have to remind him not to.
I just love it so much.
It is a beautiful mic.
It's gorgeous.
Okay, here. Give me 1 second.
Especially like if you look at it from the side and just turn it around,
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
You're like, oh, baby, your XLR port is looking mighty fine tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Here's ASMR with Cameron.
I don't have any water in my glass, unfortunately. Okay.
Wait. Okay, there we go. We're done.
Nice. All right. Okay, end of the segment.
Okay, Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah. All right. So was he in office when he got shot?
Alexander Hamilton.
The U.S. president. You might know him from the very famous play called Hamilton. I thought that was the play that was like, to be or not to be. You know what I mean? That Shakespearean one.
Yeah, Hamlet. That's good. Is to be or not to be even from Hamlet?
Yeah.
That one's Hamlet? Okay.
Yeah, it's like because like the
was
whole state of it is like, should I be what my father wants to be or should I be what I want to be? Like that's what the whole play is about, is like living up to like your like society's expectations for you.
Is there a scene in that play where the dad and son are talking and the dad's like, but you were living your dream, and then the son turns around and it's like, no, Dad,
dream.
I was living
Your dream. Probably. I'm sure there was a remake in like the 90s of Hamlet and it went probably just like that.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to
can
be a
imagine.
famous skateboarder, Dad.
That's Tony Hawk's origin story. It's just Hamlet exactly, but he becomes a skateboarder.
I feel like we could get Tony Hawk on the podcast. We should try one of these days. I feel like he'd be cool. Be down to do it. Dude, you're taking a really long time with this Google search.
I feel off my game today. I'm sorry. I'm just making sure that I'm reading all of this properly.
Just give us the gist.
Tells me that it was July 11th, 1804.
Damn.
And it was a duel, obviously. I knew that much.
I
But
didn't.
that's why we're talking about National Duel Day, bro.
Yeah.
But I have no clue if he was in office at the time. So let me reword
What
my
you need to
Google search.
do, just look at when he was in office. Just Google what years was Hamilton in office. And if it wasn't 1804, then it wasn't when he was in office. Problem solver. What's that, Wyatt?
Was Alexander Hamilton a president? I can't find him on here.
Really? Dude, okay. Am I going to have to Google it?
No, I got this.
Well, I'm
I
about
just
to
feel
Google it.
really dumb right now.
You're taking
My brain no work
Anyway,
tonight.
while I'm Googling this, let's move on to the next subject.
Yeah, so I do have some shit in the notebook. You ready to hear it?
Yes.
Cool. So, like I said at the top of this episode, we have not recorded for about 2 weeks. It's been, is today Tuesday? It's been about 2 weeks exactly,
Today is
hasn't it?
Tuesday.
Or has it been
has
3?
Has it been 3 weeks?
It's been 3 weeks.
No
Holy
way.
shit.
Oh my god. I guess like I don't know. My life kind of flew by when I was sick, so I didn't really know what was going on.
At least it wasn't dragging. That could have been a lot worse.
I was high.
Oh yeah, you did get codeine, didn't you?
Yeah, I still have some. I'm gonna do some tonight because I'm still not fully over it.
Hell yeah, I'm coming over.
No,
Why not?
because it was after he was in office, by the way, because his years of service was he was in the militia, not even the military, the militia apparently, from 1775 to 1776. That's because that was whenever we were fighting for independence. So that's why I was a militia, not a formal military. How about that?
Interesting.
And then it says from 1776 to 1782, and then 1798 to 1800. Maybe that was just when he was in the military. I'm not too sure.
It's
anyway.
fine. Okay, we're dropping this. Y'all do your own research. This just proves that we're unreliable. And if you want to listen to us and only us, that's a great idea, and you should. But also,
no. I got it. He was in office from December 14th, 1799 to June 15th, 1800. So he was only in office for less than a year.
Did you almost throw up right there?
I'm still sick, man. Don't bring attention to it. It makes me insecure.
Welcome to the sick cast.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
He was in office for less than a year. I guess he was not a very good president, apparently. I don't know. If you think Alexander Hamilton was a good president, let us know.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Alexander Hamilton?
Yeah.
What's your hottest Alexander Hamilton take?
Yeah, let's hear it. Anyway.
Okay, last thing before I move on to the notebook segment of this podcast. The English Channel is the body of water separating England and France. And the 33-kilometer, which is 20.5 miles, swim across it is the world's most historically significant and iconic marathon swim.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're talking about these super swimmers. There you go. That's the superest of the swims that you can take.
22 miles? I feel like it's longer than that. How long does it take to swim 22 miles, I wonder?
Depends on how fast you are.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But on average, I mean, how much time do they set aside for the marathon race swim?
I don't know. Let me just do a quick little googly
No,
goo
it's
of that.
fine.
Just
It's
kidding.
fine.
I'm
It
not
doesn't
going
matter.
to. Do your own research.
Yeah.
I am feeling a bit sniffly right now as well. You might even be able to pick up some of that on the mic. I hope not. But
You know what we should have done?
ginger shots?
No, we should have just done like some codeine before we started this podcast. That would've
Codeine
been fun.
cast.
Yeah. Wyatt's like the only one who's feeling fine.
Yeah, what's up with that? It's just that
Any-
time of year though, like the seasonal shit's going around. It's not great.
Yeah, seasonal depression, it hits hard.
I mean, technically you can get sick from being depressed.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
I've
your
never
body
been-
just has like a really adverse like your immune system goes down whenever you're depressed.
I don't
Okay.
know. I feel like that's more of like a hypochondria kind of thing. It's like you feel so shitty about yourself that you start to actually feel shitty. You know? It's
Well,
like a placebo kind of thing.
That's what mental illness is. But also, mental and physical health are tied very closely to each other. So I don't
agree.
know if it's placebo or if it's just how your body,
It's a
works.
manifestation.
Yeah.
It's just a manifestation of how shitty you
Well, I
feel.
mean, you can think about how poor your mental health feels whenever you're sick.
Dude,
right?
actually, complete opposite. Like, I always have like some of the best experiences when I'm sick. Like, in terms of like,
It's because you're high.
yeah, I know, but like, I always have like the best dreams and like the best experiences. Like
Fever dreams.
Fever dreams, exactly, just like that. And like, I remember like a lot of the dreams I've had when I'm really sick. They're quite interesting.
So, first of all, what the fuck? Because that's not normal.
Is it not?
It's not. Usually, your mental health and physical health go down whenever you're sick.
I'm not saying
And-
I feel great. I'm just saying I've had some of the best experiences in like in dreams when I was sick.
All right.
Yeah. That's it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Either way, I like usually mine are pretty like hand in hand. If I feel shitty mentally, I'll feel worse physically, and vice versa.
Well, you're also mentally unwell, Cameron.
Yes, but touche. Don't you dare hit that soundboard, Wyatt. I don't want to hear it.
I'll do it.
I do think we could just make this like a radio show format, like we're actually on live radio.
I think
have
we
like
should.
people call in
Dude,
and stuff.
I
you
will
know?
have. I would have so much fun doing that.
Who knows? We might do some live stream podcasts in the future.
I would
That'd be
love
fun.
to do that.
It'd be a good time. Okay, so notebook. It's been a couple episodes since we've broken out the notebook,
Yeah.
but I wrote down some stuff that I wanted to
Yes.
talk about. Very important. I've actually had a lot of this on my mind for years, and I rounded out a list. Okay, so Sunshine and I were talking. Shout out Sunshine. I already got her permission to shout her out on
Cool.
the pod.
I was about to say something, but cool. Hi, Sunshine.
Yeah, yo, what up, Sunshine? in the
Sun
house.
shizzle.
Sun shizzle in the hizzle.
Anyway,
We wrote some shit in our note, bizzle. My name is Cameron, and I'm here to say I like chicken strips in a major way. Okay, so I have always had one question.
only one.
One question I had previously. One question that I asked everyone that I was thinking about, or at least that I thought was a good idea to ask. If you're thinking about making them a significant part of your life, whether that is someone romantic, sexual, or even just a friend, right? So I had this one question, and that is the first one that I had written down. But I thought it's not the only question that is going to be good to get to know someone, right? So I came up with two more, and I'll kind of explain my reasoning for these specific questions.
Sure.
Because I feel like a lot of people have like red flag, green flag questions, right? These questions are very subjective, and the answers that people give will always be subjective as well.
Sure.
So whatever answer they give is not necessarily right or wrong. It's about catering it to your life, because everyone's going to have a different right or wrong, quote unquote, answer for
Or
these three questions.
Not even necessarily right or wrong, but just preferential, right? Like,
Essentially. But I mean, that's exactly what I'm saying. Right or wrong for their own subjective experience. Not
are you
an
about
objective
to
right or
ask
wrong.
me these questions? Have you asked me these questions before?
I've never asked you these questions.
Hey,
and
this is
technically,
exciting.
That's why I had to kind of retract my statement, because I don't think I've ever like really asked someone these questions and like
Okay.
used them as a metric for my own personal
They've just
life.
come up like naturally.
But I think they're kind of cool. Just because I enjoy associating with a large group of people, and a lot of them do have different opinions. They come from different walks of life. So
That's good. You should surround yourself with varying different like ideals and mentalities.
Always. So I find these questions to be very good metrics for how someone operates.
What we're about to find out is whether or not we can continue this podcast together.
Yeah, this
Cameron.
is our compatibility quiz.
Yeah,
Get ready.
okay, cool. All right, I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
so ready.
And I'm asking both of you these questions.
Okay.
But I'm okay. Before you guys answer, just so we don't go off on tangents too far, I do want to explain my reasoning for each of these questions. But I do want to hear your answer. Okay.
Okay, well, let us answer and then you can explain your thoughts behind it. Because if you tell us our thoughts, it might change our answers.
It shouldn't, but I think that's fair as well. I don't care which way we do it as long as
right.
we don't trail off too far.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the sick cast. Goddamn.
Dude, and like, I'm so pissed. I hate being sick. It pisses me off so bad.
Honestly, it does just kind of make me angry too.
God, I hate it.
Like it's just like I'm so mad because I don't feel well.
Exactly, and it's like I try to get so angry that I feel better, but it just makes me feel worse.
Use your rage to fuel you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel
It
like
never
all that
works.
like cortisol in your system is probably really bad for you.
Dude, my
actually.
shit has been so dark and black.
Oh my god,
Bro, I was noticing it today, and I was just like, "Oh my god, that's not okay."
Yeah,
and
dark,
like,
dark poops are kind of scary.
it's not good. It's not good, but it's fine.
It's not good, but it's fine.
It's not good, but it's fine. It'll be all right.
That's actually a great catchphrase.
It's not good, but it's fine.
Yeah. How's it going, man?
It's not good, but it's fine.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. I will pose the questions. I'll get your answers, and then we'll go over my reasoning for these
Thought
questions.
process behind it.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So, Josh, you first.
Okay.
We'll just go one at a time, break it down. Okay.
Okay.
So, first question. Do you believe in ghosts?
No.
Wyatt.
Yes.
Okay. So, I won't go into my thought process quite yet, because if someone answers yes or no, actually, my follow-up question, Josh, you first. Why? Or, in your
Obviously.
case, why not?
Obviously, why? So I believe in entities, and I believe in energies and stuff like that. But I don't believe in ghosts, and I don't believe in like poltergeists and stuff. In the way that like, if there's an energy or a force in there, it's not because I know nobody heard it. I don't think, Cameron.
It's fine. My phone went off. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
But I don't believe that like if there is a like an entity that's like supernatural or otherworldly, it's not going to be like your dead grandma. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like a person from the 1800s. Like, it's none of that bullshit. What it's going to be is it's going to be a fucking demon that's pretending to be like that person to influence you and get into your head and fuck with your perception.
Ooh, okay. A very interesting answer.
So, yeah, I don't believe in ghosts, but I believe in demons.
Okay. So I actually did get the information that I wanted out of you, just because that's essentially on the same pipeline as far as like spirituality goes. Okay, Wyatt, what is your reasoning for believing in ghosts? Go. It does not have to be super elaborate.
Yeah, mine.
You can literally say like
I think they're cool.
I think they're cool. I've seen one. Whatever the case is.
It's kind of like I grew up with the belief of it. Like Josh was saying, like you shouldn't screw around with it for sure. Like I've had personal experiences with ghosts, and I've had families with personal experiences with ghosts. My the worst one is like we went to Auschwitz, and like
Jesus Christ.
everything was like nice and pleasant, and then it was like walking through the gates. You could definitely tell that there was some out of the world.
We need to go there. But okay, but here's the thing about that. Really, we're totally going to go off on a tangent here.
Okay,
but
yeah,
because
that's fine.
Auschwitz,
I got the questions.
Just to make sure that like I know where Auschwitz is. Like that's Germany, right?
Yes.
And that's like where's
No.
that? But it has to do with the Germans and the Nazis and all that, right?
Yes.
It
Okay, that's all.
It was a
In
Nazi
Germany.
concentration camp.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Is
Is it in Poland?
Yes,
But here's the
south.
scary thing with that. Okay, that was my second guess would be Poland. But like here's the thing, and like the theories about Nazis and Hitler is that he was really into that taboo shit.
The occult.
The occult. Yeah, like because like if you look at it, like he was like I don't know how true this is, but like it was said that everywhere he went, he was followed by like three women who were supposedly witches. So like whenever you think about it, like so that could be again a big example of opening the doorways and doing some really like scary ritual type shit with millions of lives. Like holy shit, bro. Because I mean, and again, I know you want to say something, Cameron, but it goes back to like the whole thing. Like, have you heard about that? Like that pyramid in like fuck, I can't remember, but like basically they killed thousands of people in 4 days.
The Aztecs.
I don't know if it was the Aztecs though, but it was a pyramid. I don't know if it was specifically the Aztecs, but it was some tribe of people, and they were killing people. And like over 4 days, they were basically broke down that it was like 10 or 12 people per second, or not second, per minute that they were killing. And like the whole theory behind it is whenever you have that much blood and like that much death in a concentrated area, man, it's some scary shit, dude. Anyway, so I'm sorry.
It's
Like, that was a bit
fine.
of a tangent. Go ahead.
That's fine. That's and that really, in general, that's exactly the kind of conversation that I want to stem from these questions whenever asked, especially in like a private setting. And for the podcast, it actually brings up a lot of really cool things that I think we should talk about at length.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't want to tangent too much, because this is all stuff that I would love to devote an entire episode to.
Yeah, no, we totally could, because like there's more I want to say on this topic, because like, man, like I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. I love that shit, and like, man, I got a lot to say about it.
Yeah, and we do have slightly different views on stuff like this,
Yeah.
so I think it'll make for an interesting experience.
Good
Just because, we both have something different to offer.
Yeah.
Even with your answers, they were essentially what I expected from you guys, but I love the reasoning behind it.
Well, how about you, Cameron? Do you believe in ghosts?
So this is my answer. This one I actually have pretty well rehearsed, just because this is the one that I've answered the most.
Yeah.
Because this was the original question.
And this is like what a lot of people ask this question, right? It's a pretty standard conversation piece.
Exactly. And after I give my answer, I'll give my reasoning for why I would ask it, right?
Yeah.
Because do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
believe in ghosts? Absolutely not a new thing.
Yeah.
But I'll kind of explain why I use
Anyway,
it as a
do you
measurement
believe in
tool.
ghosts, Cameron?
No, not as we portray them in media, or even as we quote unquote study them.
Yeah.
I always tell people that I believe that there is a lot more out there that we cannot perceive. But to even begin to guess what that might be is almost like an exercise in futility, just because the energy around us at all times, right? The immeasurable, I guess, I don't even know, the immeasurable phenomena of the universe is probably a lot larger in quantity than the things that we actually can empirically measure.
It sounds like you have a real agnostic idea of ghosts and spiritualism and all of that stuff.
Well, a lot of the paranormal experiences that people do have can be or have been brought back to like low frequency sound that actually makes you mildly hallucinate, right?
Yeah.
And it's called infrasound, right? It's literally just
there's a
imperceivable.
lot of stuff about that.
Yeah, it's imperceivable to our ears, right? It's below 20 hertz, but it's caused both naturally and artificially, so it can literally just take place in nature. And if your house is built too close to something that produces infrasound, you can hallucinate, right? So stuff like that, right? Where we technically can't perceive a sound that low, and if we didn't have the tools to measure it, we would never even know about it. So think about how many things we don't have tools for to measure that are surrounding us every single day, right? There's so much out there that we may never know about because we don't have any sort of yardstick for it, and that could be it influencing us every day.
Okay.
Whether we have a name for it or not is
I see what you're saying.
You know?
I see what you're saying. So it's not necessarily otherworldly things that you're thinking of. It could be just like that's the way that universe is operating, and the way it interacts with our perception could be misconstrued as whatever's paranormal.
Whatever you believe in.
Exactly. Whatever you the only thing that you have to equate it to. You know, it's like when people read the Bible and they talk about Revelations and they talk about like all of the burning like the burning birds and all that stuff in Revelation. It's like, oh well, that could actually be a helicopter or something, but they equate it to a bird because that's the only thing they understand.
It's the idea
right?
that it could be something that we subjectively understand or don't.
Exactly.
But that's the thing, is that it could also just be open to interpretation, and we may never know.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, and that. Yeah.
So all I'm saying, Josh kind of nailed it on the head. It is a very agnostic view because we may know what it is, right? But we also may not,
or we may find out what it is,
or we may never.
Exactly.
And that's the thing, is that I just don't lose sleep about it. You know?
Yeah, me neither.
I definitely don't think you do. But just in general, that's my answer. You know?
Yeah, I just don't fuck with it, bro.
I think that's probably the smartest thing.
Nah,
you know,
because fuck that, dude.
If there is a chance of it being something that might be a little fucked up, I would say probably not a great idea to mess with.
Fuck that, bro. And like that's the thing, and we've had this conversation before. Is like it's one of the reasons why like I believe that like hallucinogenics is really important. Like everybody should experience hallucinogenics at some point, because again, like going down like this conspiracy rabbit hole without
rat hole,
which it kind of is, but like a rabbit hole without going down the rabbit hole is the general consensus is that whenever you do like DMT or whatever it is that Benadryl. Yeah, shout out Benadryl,
dude.
Take it off the list.
Should. I think we should absolutely. Oh yeah, no. Benadryl sponsor us, or I will take 40 tablets tonight and see the spiders
and feel the spiders crawling in my skin. Yep. But basically, like when people do hallucinogenics and like these really like crazy drugs, they all have very similar experiences, and so like.
Is there more out there?
Well, and that's the thing is hallucinogenics have been such a huge part of human culture for thousands and thousands of years. And even there's that theory that like hallucinogenics are the reason why humans developed, right? You know, so like I think there's something about it and there's something to it. And I mean, I really do think that like in the world that we live, we've like been disconnected from the spiritual side of things. And so I definitely believe it's out there, whatever you may believe. And just, no, I'm good. Like, I don't want to fuck with it.
Okay.
That's really what it boils down to.
Thank you, Joe Rogan, for derailing my fucking segment.
Because I said DMT once.
It's just a whole thing.
It's actually a Patrick Russell Brand.
I literally don't care
Russell
right now.
Brand
I'm just trying to get through these other two questions.
Anyway,
this is another podcast entirely that you're trying to have right now.
It's just a tidbit. We'll come back to this at some point, maybe.
Like I really want to talk about this at length, but I don't want to right now because I have so much to say about it, and I know that I do.
I feel like each one of these questions could be a podcast in itself.
That's the point. Yeah, that's absolutely the point. But we can circle back, Okay, so reason that I asked this question, right? Because it really does show you, in a almost like an indirect way, how unhinged someone is. Because if someone's like, yes, I believe in ghosts, I've seen them, I see them every
There's
night
one
when I
that
sleep.
follows me. There's one that follows me everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you want that type of answer, right? Because these are all very like subjective questions.
Oh my
then
God,
awesome.
me too.
Yeah.
I see them too.
Me too.
But if you don't want that and they give you that answer, you can be like, oh, I'm fucking dipping out. So
Yeah.
But it also gives you a grasp on maybe their spiritual beliefs without asking them their spiritual beliefs.
Because I feel like it's pretty obvious, like my spiritual beliefs based off of what I said. So
Yeah, exactly. Especially like with Wyatt saying like that's what I grew up kind of like believing in indirectly, right?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Which is
that-
interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So things like that, they give you insight into people's lives without asking like really probing invasive questions.
and they're
right?
fun things to talk. It's a fun thing to talk about. People like talking about that.
It can
you
be.
know?
It can be. It's way more fun than like, oh, what are your religious views? Like
Exactly.
That seems like a way harder question to ask. Especially think first date, getting to know someone. Do you believe in ghosts? Great icebreaker. But in the way that I like to utilize it, it also gives you a lot of insight into that person's life. It's not just a yes or no question.
Yeah. And if it is, and that's also another thing, because if it is, it's like, no. It's like, well, why? Because I don't. It's like, wow, you're boring.
Yeah,
you
either
know?
that or you just don't have many thoughts on ghosts.
Or anything for that matter. Like, if you can't come up with a thought on ghosts, what can you think about? Okay.
I have no idea what you're
16
signaling
minutes.
36.
We're at 36
Okay.
minutes?
Yeah.
Cool, I have two
Okay,
more questions.
We're going to have to steamroll through this.
Yeah, I'm going to steamroll your mom. Okay,
Nice.
question number 2. And I will explain my reasoning for this one
After we answer.
you guys answer. Dude, you're such a fast learner, Josh.
Dude, it's almost like we're finishing each other's.
Edibles. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So this one's not just a first date question, right? A lot of people
This is like
would
a
probably
second, third date
shut
question.
the fuck up. No, I'm saying that this one could literally be asked. It sounds like a date question. That's why I say it.
Okay.
But honestly, this is a great metric. Once again, yard to stick for who you want to associate with.
Okay.
How often do you wash your sheets?
All right, so I shoot for weekly. I like to wash my bedding weekly. Now that being said, I've been sick, so I don't really want to wash our bedding until me and my wife are better. You know what I mean? So it's been a little longer than that.
And that's actually a very fair answer because
Okay.
whenever I am sick, I try not to wash my sheets
Not
until I
until
feel
you're
better.
done,
Because
yeah.
what's the fucking point of like
And
you're
then
just festering in
and
your
then
own
you go and
germs.
sweat in the new bedding, and so like I like to shoot for weekly. It doesn't always happen, but weekly is what I go for.
Okay, Wyatt, I'm so excited for your answer.
Why are you excited for my answer?
Well, what's your answer?
Well, I'll post the picture that I have of the PC that's directly in the
God.
center of your
I
room
knew
to our.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh my
d-
God.
Okay. I'm posting this photo to our Instagram
Yes.
after this episode. I'll do
Yeah.
it immediately after. So you'll have context whenever this episode goes live.
It'll also show when we recorded this.
Yeah. Yes, it will.
Okay.
Or I'll wait until this is out.
Yeah,
and I'll
maybe.
just remember.
We'll just do
yeah,
that.
It's such
yeah.
a tough
Hey,
reminder.
future Cameron, fuck you. Also, you're making so much money now. Buy me something really nice. Buy me some sexy underwear.
Buy me some sexy underwear, okay?
Okay.
And we could, yeah. Anyway,
Do you have something that you want to say to future Cameron really quick before we get to your answer?
we'll take that as a no.
Okay.
What's your answer?
Wait. Future
What's your
Cameron. Future
answer?
Cameron. Really quick. I love you, and you're doing really well, and I'm proud of you. Just so you know.
Hey,
But I think that's it.
hey,
okay,
we're doing
okay,
good.
okay.
We're doing good.
Okay. Anyway,
okay.
no. So I'll post this picture.
'Kay.
That'll be context for the episode.
All right.
But Wyatt, is very much a bachelor, so that's why I'm looking forward
When
to
did
his
you?
answer.
How often do you wash your sheets?
On average?
Like probably every like 2 to 3 weeks, something like that.
3 weeks is pushing it, man.
It
That's
is.
absolutely.
Oh,
do
no.
you have like
Do you
grease stains on your fucking sheets, bro? You're not. You actually have very clear skin. Like if I didn't wash my sheets for 1 week, I would look like I was like oozing on my shit.
Well, I sweat a lot. Okay. Do you sweat a lot, Wyatt?
No, not really at all.
Okay.
See,
Yeah.
that's-
Fucking tiny pores McGee over here.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I've always been one of those people who can go like days without deodorant and stuff like that, and like nobody notices because I just
Or
don't
are they just
sweat.
too nice to say?
That's
Wyatt?
No,
Probably.
no, my running group is not too nice to say. They're just like straight up like.
Or they're just used
Like,
to
they'll
it.
put it
It's
on.
like when you get used to a smell. You
Okay.
know?
I can't vouch because I actually have a very weak sense of smell.
I have
But
a really
we-
good sense of smell.
We are at a card table right now, so we would be able to tell if you stunk.
Wait, are you not wearing deodorant right now?
No.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Wyatt's a
No,
non-smelly fellow.
Yeah, not smelly fellow. So, I would like to wash them more often, but it's like life
Fucking do it
happens.
then.
Well, well,
You
like,
are the master of your own
Yeah.
destiny right now,
I am.
Wyatt.
I am.
The captain of your own ship.
So
Okay.
that was about what I was expecting. Wyatt's on bachelor mode right now.
Yeah.
I'm never touching my face to your sheets though because I may
Yeah.
instantly break out. Josh sweats a lot. I'm
Yeah.
just like a naturally oilier person,
And I actually don't break
so-
out too often.
Yeah, and mine's getting better, but I still am just a very oily person. I have
Yeah.
oily skin. So if I don't wash my sheets once a week, I will absolutely just cause myself more issues than it's worth.
Yeah. So
okay.
you do it once a week as well.
So
Okay.
this one's pretty obvious. I don't have to explain much of my reasoning
Cleanliness.
because yeah, it does give you great insight as long as people are answering honestly. But it gives you insight as to their general cleaning habits because I would say that doing sheets is probably one of those things that takes longer as far as cleaning goes. Like it's a
But
chore, right?
It's also the most rewarding.
Exactly. So your opinions on it and like the actual time dedicated to it say a lot because it's like doing dishes, right? Like it actually is
Yeah.
time consuming and no
Yeah.
one wants to do it, but whenever you do it, it feels way
Yeah,
better.
but here's the thing about like laundry and like doing your like bedding is like, yeah, it's time consuming, but a lot of it is like you just set it, forget it, and then go back in an hour. you
Sure,
know? It's
but-
easy.
People hate putting on like fitted sheets and shit.
That's true.
Exactly.
Well, most people are bitches.
Exactly. I would say my red flag zone is like anything over 2 weeks.
Wyatt, you're a red flag, bud.
I'm also not planning on being anywhere near Wyatt's bed anytime soon, though.
That's
and
true.
He did say that he's just got like the natural like fucking tight pores or whatever the fuck because this man has some clear ass skin
He
and he
does.
doesn't smell.
You're gorgeous.
So,
Wyatt, you're gorgeous.
But on. I don't know why I'm stuttering right now. The flip side of that coin. Maybe wear deodorant more often. Why? Just for everyone else's sake.
yeah, because
Because
a lot
I
of people
trust-
won't say.
And I trust that we will say, and your close friend groups will say, but just for everyone else's sake, just wear some more deodorant.
Yeah.
Well, like the only reason I'm not wearing it today is like I woke up, I looked at the alarm clock, and I'm like, I'm already late for school, and I was like,
It takes
booking it out
10
like,
seconds.
I would say
throw some in your bag.
5. I would say 5.
Throw some in
max.
your bag. You can get an aerosol one. Throw it in your car. Yeah, like
This is for everyone else, Wyatt. This is not for you.
yeah. Trust me.
Of all the things to cut out of your routine, brushing your teeth, deodorant, don't cut them out of your
Yeah.
routine. Even if you're late for school,
No.
be late. Like, cut out eating. And maybe
agree.
even, like, throwing on a clean pair of socks, maybe. But, like,
Yeah.
deodorant and brushing your teeth, bro. Important.
Really important. I mean, that takes 2 minutes. Two
I
and a half
know.
minutes.
I know you've been in a long-term relationship for a hot minute now, but Wyatt, I'm giving you this advice not just for your current girlfriend, but to any prospective friends and girlfriends that you may have in
very
the
true.
future.
Okay, let's do the third question.
Okay, that was an easy one, but still a very important question.
I
to
agree.
ask.
I agree.
Okay, question number 3, and this one is, I would say it's probably the least controversial. I would say sheets maybe as well. It's tied. They're tied. So, This is a great question. Another great icebreaker for all you single fellows out there like myself. Or if you just want to get to know someone better in general. Number three. Will you tell someone if they have something in their teeth?
Totally.
I already know your answer.
100%.
Exactly.
100%. I mean, I don't even need to know you, bro. Like, if I'm walking past you, or like you could be like a cashier or something, and I have no idea who you are, and I'll be like, yo, hey, real quick, you got something in your teeth. Like, 100%. 100%.
You and I are the same in that regard.
Totally.
Oh, I don't even know if I mentioned, just before I trail off, just so everyone has my answer, I wash my sheets once a week.
Yeah.
I can
think
I can sometimes stretch for 1.5 because I have a really bad habit of falling asleep on my couch, so I don't even sleep in my own bed every night, but that's the only time that I'll push it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
Anyway, back to this one. You and I
Yeah,
are the same
Totally.
in that regard.
Because, like, again, I get it's awkward, and, like, I get that. But, dude, if I was in your position and, like, I had, like, some spinach on my teeth and it
You
was
would
big,
rather know.
Please tell me. Please tell me. I'll do the same for you. You know, let me know. I'll let you know.
See, and I'll even
100%.
go a step further before we get to Wyatt's answer. I'm one of those people who is so not afraid of uncomfortable situations that I will actively ask people if I have something in my teeth. Like me personally, I'll do like a
Are you sure?
growl at
Hey,
them.
are you sure?
Do I have anything in my teeth?
Are you sure?
I will do that. Like since I work in retail,
Yeah.
I generally ask my coworkers. I'm like, do I have anything in my teeth? Because I don't rely on anyone else for my shit,
But
bro.
here's the thing with me is, like, after I get done eating anything, I always go to the bathroom and I always wash my hands and I wash my face. Every time. I have to. Like, because I have facial hair. So, you know, I have to wash my face after I eat anything. It's gotten so bad where, because I'm not a messy eater, so I don't, like, get shit all over my face or anything. But I feel sticky and icky and gross. And I'm like, I have to go wash my hands and I have to rinse my face. Like, even if it's just water, like, I don't need to, like, do soap or anything. So I always look after I'm done eating. I go to the bathroom, wash my hands, wash my face, and check my teeth.
I generally try to make it a rule to do the exact same
Yeah.
thing. It's not even for anyone else. It's mostly just for me.
Just for me,
you know?
because I think it is so uncomfortable whenever I don't rinse my face off after I eat something.
I agree. And I don't have facial hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Facial hair makes it worse.
Wyatt, what's your answer? Will you tell someone? And I'm talking like complete stranger, not
Yeah.
just someone that you're interacting with. Will you tell someone if they have something in their teeth?
Probably not. I was like,
yeah,
when
that's
you
fair.
asked, I was gonna be like, it depends on the relationship I have with the person.
Just a stranger.
Definitely.
Which is a totally fair answer because
totally.
I think most people, if you're comfortable with someone, like say their fly is down, they have something in their teeth, they have something in their nose, whatever the case may be.
They didn't put on deodorant.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
We could just slander you right now. We could just be like, Wyatt fucking stinks.
God, he forgot to put on his speed stick today.
They called me Speed Stick in high school.
What didn't they call you in high school, Cameron?
Tall.
A tall glass of water.
All right. Okay. So I think that's about. Unless you have anything
Fuck
else you
you,
want to
Josh.
say.
Yeah, you're trying to wrap this shit up. Okay.
We need to.
Let me think. Yeah, we absolutely do. Wyatt's got to go do homework. He's been doodling this entire podcast, not even fucking listening to us.
Oh
It's
yeah,
fine.
but that is for his schoolwork. To be fair,
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not slandering him in any way except for in the ways that count, such as he stinks right now. It's really
Yeah, he
bad. I'm
smells
facing
really
away from
bad.
him. I am looking at the wall because he smells so bad. Okay. So my answer, I already told you, generally, I will actually actively ask people, which I would say is even more uncomfortable because then you have to like do a growling sneer at them.
And let me say this: the reason why you ask is because this will tell you how outgoing they are, extroverted tendencies, and
absolutely.
how good they are with, like you said, uncomfortable situations.
So-
So I see why you like this is a good question.
It's a great question for those exact reasons because, first of all, if you're soft-spoken, there are two ways that your relationship with me personally can go.
Yeah.
I can be a great compliment to you because I can get you out of your comfort zone and I can be the person that speaks on your behalf, especially if we're very close and I know about you enough to, like, you know, answer questions for
Yeah.
you and get you out there, right? Kyle, shout out Kyle, 2 shout outs this episode. He is one of my oldest friends. I've shouted him out before, I believe. Can't remember. But anyway, doesn't matter. Shout out Kyle. He's one of my oldest friends. For a long time, he was a lot more soft-spoken, but I really did. Sometimes to success and sometimes to failure. I tried to get him out of his comfort zone, and honestly, this was back in like middle school, high school. I probably pushed him too hard just because like I was so socially outgoing. At
And
that
you
time.
didn't know, and like you, like at that age,
You don't
like,
know how
you're-
uncomfortable it can make someone.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
you might understand social cues and everything, but you don't actually understand like it's kind of fucked up to put some introverts into like a position that you and I thrive in.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, what's the big deal?
It's like, yeah,
but it can be like
a huge detriment, and
Yeah.
like, oh man, like I definitely understand that. That's something I've
So,
figured out.
Kyle, public apology. If I ever did that to you, I do apologize. But flip side of that coin, you wouldn't be who you are right now without me.
Exactly.
No,
I'm
all
totally.
of your accomplishments are mine.
all of your accomplishments.
All of your accomplishes.
No, but truly, it just does feel good to see people break out of their shell, whether
I
it
agree.
was because of you or not,
Yeah.
And but anyway, so that's the first type of person that you can be, right? If you're soft spoken, I can be your mouthpiece, or I won't fuck with you at all because
Yeah.
I literally like I'm just like. Just fucking speak up, bro. Like, especially
Yeah.
after a certain point.
It all
like
depends.
Now that we're adults too, I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you afraid of? We are
Ask
all
for no
human beings.
onions. Just fucking ask for no onions. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like
exactly.
Like
And that is
nobody cares.
Dude, that's my big thing. Whenever you realize that most people are way too concerned about themselves,
Yeah, their self-image or whatever.
nothing becomes scary anymore, dude. You
Exactly.
can literally make the biggest idiot out of yourself, and the worst thing that people can do is like post you on TikTok.
And like,
who fucking cares, bro?
Who cares?
Exactly.
Anyway, yeah,
Okay, that's all I got, I think.
that's good.
Ask those 3 questions. Let me summarize them one more time for everybody out there. Question 1. Do you believe in ghosts? And obviously the follow-up is why or why not. Question 2. How often do you wash your sheets? Question 3. Will you tell someone if they have something in their teeth?
Good questions.
Thank you. I think so. So, if you are listening to this with someone right now, take some time, pause this episode, discuss it with your friends. Or if you've gotten this far in the episode, obviously don't pause it. Just listen to it again, then pause it. Boost our retention.
Yes.
Thank
you.
Yeah,
Yes.
fucking thank you
Yes.
so much for listening. It feels good to be back in the lab with my boys.
Yes.
You have a fantastic evening, morning, or afternoon, as Josh so famously said. But truly, we appreciate you. It feels good to be back, even though you, yourself, listener, fucking, Larry. I had to think of a name. Larry, if
Just
you're
a random
listening.
name.
I didn't
Hey.
forget about that $20. You have my fucking Cash App. Just Cash App me. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much. It has been no time at all for you guys, but it feels good to be back. Much more to come. We actually did discuss a few things that we have coming down the pipeline very soon. I won't tease them too much because I don't have a set date that I want to execute this on, but
Once it gets closer.
big things coming. I'm
Big
excited.
things. Yes.
Big things coming.
But not Cameron.
That's the name of my
All right, guys.
big things coming.
Thank
Name
you
of
so
my
much.
autobiography. Wyatt, you stink.